Okay guys, here is a quick update. I'm not going anywhere yet with this thing. I'm just still trying to get things prepped. I've been working on things around the house and in the mix trying to finish some things on this. So I'll go over a few things that I've done, maybe to give you ideas. One of the things is I had to go in and get a windshield put in this thing, and it was just it had the original windshield from '97, and it was just so pitted. It was scratched a little bit from the windshield wiper blades, and it was pitted really bad to where it was actually obnoxious looking through it. I use this guy. He's in Vegas. His name is Chris, and he used to have a shop, and now he just does mobile, and his business name is what is it, Superior Auto Glass is his name. And it's not like I've used him like every weekend but every few years I have a windshield or something that needs to be done. And man, that guy is extremely I think he's very fair. I don't even shop around. I just go straight to him because I know he's fair, and I really like his personality. He's got a really great personality, and he's like honest, and he's reliable. And those are it's kind of hard to find that these days. So, and he'll meet you, wherever you need to be meeting at. I just meet him in a parking lot somewhere. And anyways, that windshield cost me $350. So not sure. I think that's a pretty fair price. And that includes all the new rubber that goes around. And so I'm very happy. And it's so nice to have a clear windshield. Okay, so when I had I painted these side doors, and I buffed them out. I went over them 4 times with both the cutting compound and the polishing compound. And that's, what my dad always said, go over it 4 times. You basically, you go over it with the compound, you buff it, you spray it with water, you buff it, go over it again with the compound, and then buff it, and then one more time with water. So that's 4 times. So you're only using compound twice, and then the water twice, but you still need to go over it right. So I noticed when I did the side here, the rest of the truck, I only went over it twice because it just looked pretty good at the time. I was like, but after I did the side doors, I noticed it's just a little hazy. So I took like a half a day and just completely went over the whole body of the truck up front here. And oh, what a lot of work. I'll tell you, it just, cleaning up all the mess is the worst part. Anyways, okay, so I did that, got that taken care of. Another thing that's important, it was important to me, was the brake lines were, I'm pretty sure, the original ones. So I wanted to replace them. Now, I went camping before, and where I went, there was a raccoon that was underneath the camper and the truck, and it was actually not this truck, it was a different truck, but it was messing around under there. And I found out that that raccoon had damaged somebody else's wiring and stuff underneath their Jeep. So I was like, you know what, from that moment on, I was like, I need to be able to protect any kind of rubber line. So I went ahead and upgraded. I used this this guy right here, Russell kit. It's a steel braided brake line kit. So now if you can't afford it and you still have to replace brake lines, or they don't make them for your vehicle or something, this is an option right here. You can get this Safeguard propane stuff. It's fairly reasonably priced, stainless, and you can go over it, but you're gonna have to remove your line to be able to do that, and make sure it can go over your fittings and stuff. But this is an option. I was going to do that, and I bought new rubber lines for this, and this is what I was going to do because I couldn't find like the steel braided lines I was looking at was like $350. I'm like, I'm not spending $350 for brake lines. So but actually these Russell ones were $120, so you can't really beat that. That's actually pretty reasonable. That's actually not much more than the reproduction brake lines that I got, so you can't really see them under there. But anyways, There's two on this truck. There's two in the front and one in the back. You can barely see it right there. It's just right there. So they seem like pretty good lines. I kind of like them. So at least I know that something can't be gnawing on the lines if I'm parked somewhere. I did find I lost this. I made this mount for the CB and then I couldn't find it, and then I found it. And this is basically, I've replicated an original one they use. They build them out of stainless and they're like 40 bucks, but since I had the material, I just went ahead and made my own, and it works. It's fine. Probably not worth it, you know. It's kind of a little bit of a pain. It's probably better just to buy one. I wanted to go over the, let's see, the seats here. These had now don't make fun of me, okay? These had an awful rip right here, and the other seat's okay, but for whatever reason the camel brown color, camel tan, is extremely expensive. Like, you can hardly find them. There's one place that makes the lower section here, and it was like 260 bucks just for this one side. So these had, you know, they claim to be pretty good. They're actually real sheepskin, and actually, I don't know if you've ever sat on sheepskin, but it's like super luxurious. I don't care what it looks like. I mean, it's better than a big gaping mess right here. And these were 100 bucks each. So this top doesn't fit right. You know, it's got a little bit of goofiness, a little bit of sag there. Can't fill it in, but you know what? It's okay. The rest of it fit okay. So if you have one of these trucks and you want to go this route, you know, I can't, they used to be really nice because they were cool in the summer and warm in the winter. And my grandmother always used to run seat covers like this, or not seat covers, but in her house, like in her bed. She always had a sheepskin piece like under her back. And but anyways, the back of this is not sheepskin, but it doesn't need to be. This is just some kind of synthetic weird material, but this is right here, and it's super plush and nice. So anyways, when I put these on, I just added a piece, or I just grabbed a small pillow. I added in here for a little bit of support for my lower back, but they fit good, and they mount. You can see they just kind of mount really easy. They got that ring, and then they strap, you know, in 6 places. So, and I had to get another extended small, like from Harbor Freight. I had this guy right here, just one of the small pieces of golly, I'm just always getting brain farts these days. Come on, help me out. Anyways, oh shoot, I don't know what's wrong with me. I take these videos usually in the evening because of the sun. When the sun's out, it makes for hard to film, and you got the casting of the sun, the shadows and stuff, and so usually I'm wiped out if I do my workout, and I'm just toast. But anyways, those are called bungees, by the way. So in here, let's see if I got my key. I'll see if I can open this guy up and show you what I did in here. So this actually was open. I was worried here that these would hit down here, and actually they would come really close, and because that's a sharp corner, it would just do nothing but dent that. And so I went ahead, I had these on hand. These are just lanyards I got on Amazon. I've had them for a while. I do recommend having some of these on hand because they're very inexpensive, and they come in like a pack of, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them or something like that. And you can use them for all sorts of different things. So I just kind of made that up, and that way if the wind catches this thing, it's not gonna jam it into the truck. So the camper was so small that I had a lot of this stuff. This is my chairs, folding chairs that I had alongside underneath the kind of next to the wall by the bench seat, and it just gets in the way, you know. And so I really like having my my space, my floor space open now. So this is the Go Sun. I did a video on that, you know, kind of early on. I really recommend these. So it stays in here. Oh, let's see. This is I have multiple vehicles, okay, and I don't like transferring toolboxes from one to another. So I just get these from Harbor Freight, to be honest with you, because I had to buy, like, I mean, I got, you know, I don't know, like 6 cars or something. So anyways, the plastic molding stinks. It's terrible, but you got to deal with this. But you know what? It's got a lot of stuff in here that's actually useful. And the thing that I like about it is it's got like a little hammer, you know, right here. And how many times, you know, is it you need a hammer for something? So I'll put this together later, but I just wanted to show you, and they're pretty reasonably priced. So, but this will kind of get you by in a pinch, you know. Got everything in there. And then this is my, I've got another bag in here. This is, oh, reach in here, hang on. So this is what I was telling you guys kind of before about traveling. If I can get this thing out of here. I can't put a lot of stuff in like hard containers because it just, you know, the size, and then you got wasted space. So I found these on Amazon. They're like a tarp material, and mixed reviews. They're okay. You know, I think if you just don't destroy them, they're okay. But so in here I've got about 62 of these Mountain House freeze-dried food packets. So you know, that's enough for probably about a month supply of food. So that's just for an emergency, you know. Put this somewhere else, and then, you know, when you need to stow it away in the house or something like that, and then you're ready to go, you know, I'm not going to store it inside here in the summer, but if I'm taking this anywhere, it'll be part of the truck. So got to make sure you have food and water, you know, for an emergency. I'll come around over here. One of the things, this camper is, I usually keep it under a big carport. So I think it's this side, or no, it's the other side. I'll show you the other side. It's so I always have put these Zamp charger connectors in, and it is right here. So right here I can actually plug into this. This is tied into the charge controller, and so then I can just, you know, use a mobile panel if I need to. If it's shady where I'm parked, then I can just I can hook that up. And you got to kind of make your own lines and stuff like that, but it kind of comes in handy. And then see this side, the diesel heater. Last time I mentioned that I had connectivity issues, and it's just Bluetooth, and it was probably the easiest thing I've ever connected with Bluetooth. It was just, you know, hitting 2 buttons and it was done instantly. So now the remote control works really well. Let's see what else. Let's go inside, and I'm going to show you. It's kind of where I store this stuff. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe get some light in here a little bit. So under here is where I store that extra panel under the bed. So it's like a 200 watt panel, and so I can just pull that out and plug that in. Or if I just need extra solar, you know, that should be okay. What did I do in here? I put a hook, see, way in the corner. I don't know if you can see that. I'll zoom in, but way up there, that's my remote. Spoiled. So, you know, just put it next to your bed so you can just like turn it on and get it all toasty before you get out of bed in the morning. I've got to find a mirror. I just ordered one for this. These truck campers have a mirror that's a nice oval mirror they put in the bathroom. They mount them in there, and but it kept falling off down, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with this thing. It's big, it's heavy, and so I took it out. So I just need to get a mirror going. In here Now I had this Berkey for a while, so it was just kind of in my prep bin, and so I wanted to put it in here. It's better to not travel with this with the filters in place, because they can break really easy. It's just little nipples with plastic threads that hold them in place, and it's the weight of the filter itself. They just break really easy, or the seal can kind of get loose, and they're just kind of a pain. They're a little bit delicate. So, but this is what I would do for, this is what, I use in my house as a Berkey. So, I use these original boxes because this stuff just came with it and it fits. So all I do is this one here, I just ordered this. This is perfect. It's a Ninja Fit blender. It comes with 2 of these cups, and I'm a big smoothie kind of guy, so this works out really well, and they're actually really reasonable. I have, like, of course, the big blender in the house, Vitamix and all that, but I don't want to carry something like that. It's too much weight, and it draws too much power. The Vitamix is, like, I don't know, I think around 1400 watts, whereas these are 700 watts. So this is definitely good for smaller solar systems. And then, I don't know if you guys know, but rice cookers, I have a better brand, like, in the house. It's made in Japan, but this one here I just got it at Walmart for 20 bucks. And keep everything in the same box. I just go around everything with packing tape to keep the box from tearing down a little bit, and keep this stuff together so it's not rattling around, breaking the glass top. But these are really, really good. I've used them before on small solar systems, and they draw 300 watts. So I tested it the other day. I put 2 cups of water in the rice cooker and brought it to a boil, and it took about 9 minutes. And then I took 2 cups and put it in the microwave, and of course it was like half the time. But the microwave also draws anywhere from 900 to 1200 watts. So so if you have a smaller system and you have the time, this is actually a really good way to go. And you could actually just throw cans of soup in there. You can boil water. You can actually fry eggs in there, like scrambled eggs, stuff like that. So anything you want to cook in a frying pan, you can pretty much do with a rice cooker with very low wattage. So I really recommend that. And that's about it. I am pretty much wrapped up with this. I'm gonna go ahead and I want to sit down, relax. I think that's about it. If you guys are in or like traveling to Las Vegas, and you need a windshield, maybe look that guy up. It's just something that I thought about. It's kind of dangerous, actually, when you got a scratched windshield and stuff at night, and sometimes you get a glare. And I'm not, personally, like, friends with him and stuff. We don't, like, hang out or anything, but I wanted this as safe as possible, because especially at night, I don't need to be swerving, because this thing actually has a little bit of a rock to it. And so I'm extra vigilant driving this. And so I think the windshield thing exchange is just a smart idea. So anyways, I hope you guys find this useful, and I will let you know when I go camping. I'll take it, out somewhere, and I'll kind of film a little bit of that maybe, and let you know how things are holding up. So, all right, you guys have a good evening. You take care. Bye-bye.